Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Smash JT. And in this episode, I'm going to cover my thoughts on Bethesda's E3 press conference, what I liked about it, what I didn't like so much about it, and some things that really felt pretty cringy. Let's get into it. Smash JT. To kick this off, I want to talk about what I didn't like so much. They spent way too much time talking about a mobile phone game. Does that sound familiar to anyone? EA? Hello? EA, do you remember that? Focusing on this game called Elder Scrolls Blades for the phone. And I'm not a big hater on phone games. I'm a big hater on focusing on phone games at E3. I think it's one of the most ludicrous things these companies are starting to do. And I get it. These are going to be huge money makers for them. It's a free download. People are going to buy the in-app purchases. They're going to buy the DLC. They're going to buy the microtransactions with it. And they're going to make a crap ton of money off of it. But it's a terrible direction for the industry to be heading. And I don't like how it's shifting the focus of E3 to mobile phone games on stage. I think that's disgusting. Now, they did handle it better than EA did, but that's not really saying too much. I didn't like how they gave us a glimpse of Doom Eternal, but then said more information will be given to us at QuakeCon this summer. If you're gonna talk about a game and introduce it, give more than just a quick teaser trailer and say you're gonna give more information and details about this later in the summer. That means you have the information now and you're just holding it back. And that's a little bit frustrating because this is E3. This is your big moment and you're holding some things back. I just didn't like that. Now I want to talk about what I absolutely loved. Rage 2. First off, this is coming from a guy who's never played the original Rage. People said that game was fun but really short, so I should probably put it on my backlog and move it up because if it's a short game, I can probably fit it in my schedule. And Rage 2 looked absolutely incredible. Kind of like a mix of Mad Max meets Doom with the fast-paced action of Doom, but in the desert setting, and really cool enemies, really cool vehicles. The game looked like it had a fairly seamless flow to it, and it's something that I could definitely see myself playing. And as far as their biggest hitter for this conference, Fallout 76. And this game, I have a lot of mixed feelings on it. I love the aspects of the storyline. I love the setting. I love everything about where they're going with that. But then they said it's going to be an online multiplayer game. And that's where I kind of reeled back my expectations and my excitement because I was like, okay, I don't want to play a Fallout game multiplayer. And they did say, yes, this does have a single player campaign mode as well. You don't have to play it multiplayer. But then I wonder about the balancing of the enemies and if it's going to be the same type of experience. And if they're focusing on a Fallout 76, maybe it will work with a massively multiplayer game with everyone out there interacting with each other. I just have a lot of hesitations with it. And I think that's only fair. Now, that doesn't mean it can't be a good game. That just means I have a lot of concerns, especially when it comes to Bethesda and gigantic undertakings because, yes, their games can have a few cracks in them. Now, they did say the game's going to be 4 times the size of Fallout 4, which is absolutely massive, and it's probably going to need to be that big if it's going to be an online multiplayer game. But outside of that, I'm going to hold back any kind of concrete decisions on how I feel about this game until I see more action from it. Now, they are going to have an open beta that I'm going to be checking out because I'm very interested to see how this is going to work out for the players and if it's going to be something that has a chance to be successful. Now, this next point's kind of silly, but I was extremely excited that Fallout Shelter is getting ported from mobile phones to the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch. Because, like I said earlier, I don't really play mobile phone games. I heard this game was awesome, and it was a roaring success with, what they say, over 120 million people have played it. And I'm not one of them. And everyone who's played it that I've heard from has said it's a lot of fun, a fairly addictive kind of gameplay. And it's going to be a free download on the PS4 and Nintendo Switch, so I am interested in checking this one out. Assuming they don't want to bend you over with microtransactions, I think I'm going to like this one. We got our first glimpse of Starfield, which apparently is going to be a massive game that takes place in outer space. And the second I heard them say that, I could only think of No Man's Sky. But this is Bethesda, and they're usually a little bit better about making gigantic games than other developers. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt and look forward to Starfield. And finally, they ended it off with Elder Scrolls 6, giving the pan over, like I said. I wish they gave us more information on that, but it was nice to know they're working on the next Elder Scrolls whenever that comes out. Probably by the time I turn into a skeleton. But as far as my overall feelings and a grade for Bethesda on this presentation, I'm giving them a solid B. I think overall it was an above average presentation. They brought a lot of big guns to the show. They brought a few surprises that Walmart Canada didn't give away, and they had some pretty good jokes, a really funny skit they threw in there about Skyrim being ported to Amazon, and overall I was entertained the entire time I was watching it. And I'm looking forward to a bunch of games that I didn't think I'd be looking forward to before watching it. So they did their job. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments below how you felt about Bethesda's E3 press conference, what games stood out to you, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, and whatever you want to talk about with it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!